So we're gonna make cornrows that go down to one side of her head. This creates a line on the head. So sometimes that line is there anyways, but I want to reduce that as much as possible. But you can add these back later. It's the added benefit to this. But this line is there anyways, but we want to reduce it as much as possible. Right? Instead of going straight down, this is going to be down the side of her head. So what we could do is we can draw directly on her head to get an idea of where they would be. We could also draw on the texture on the side. Maybe something like this. This is essentially what the hairstyle is. I've never tried this before, but I saw this on the show and I actually really liked the hair. Well, I saw this hairstyle, I've seen it a few times, and I saw this this particular hairstyle by someone in the show I was watching. And I thought that would be really cool if I could make it into a model. And so that's what we're gonna do. So since we're drawing directly on the scalp, we have to draw on the face a bit and also on the back to the body edit. So this is like a back and forth motion. So this is right here. We're gonna again create another layer here, and we're gonna name this hair guide. This way, if anything happens to our layer, we still have this. We can have everything in one place and it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So that told me a lot right now. So sometimes, you know, I don't want to have a lot of braids, but this is kind of the general picture of them. Something I did last time that I found was easier too is that you can also shade everything and then erase away to create your rolls. And sometimes that creates like a cleaner part. Except when you like get down, because like our hair doesn't go in like one line, right? That's also part of the details you can, let's do that actually. So I personally feel like there are a lot of hairstyles you can do with this software. Some of them are just very time consuming, and I think that's why a lot of people haven't tried it or haven't, but say too much. Okay, we're gonna darken these up. Wrong thing. So make them a little wider. It's following the path that was already created. So last time we were very careful to not have them meet anywhere, but this is fine because this is where the majority of the hair is going to fall. This is the part that's going to be hard. It's just going to be doing that front part. So this is approximately how it should look. Alright, I think that's enough for a guide. I don't want to make more braids because it becomes harder and harder to make the hairs. So in this case, the thicker the better. And so in this spot, you know, there's really no choice. I want to say, I think maybe I can make this one smaller, or at least distribute it better. Yeah. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to the face editor and we're just gonna match up what we drew in that body texture on the face in the front. So going back to this hair guide. Some of it is already matched up pretty good, so we're just gonna be thickening the lines for some of it. We should probably actually make this thicker, but I'm just bringing in the hairline a little more and then we'll erase it down. But this helps to frame the face and make it a little bit smaller, making the forehead a bit smaller. There we go. And I'll go to the next part. And this part's supposed to go right on the head. Because it's like if you're only taking hair from the front of the head, it should look something like this. So nice fur. And then here, perfect. And these squares I have in. And these squares you're not gonna be able to see because the hair will cover that. But we're gonna want to add some more details anyways. And we can go back to the body editor and just thicken these lines again. I like to take a lot of time doing, separating them out and really guiding them. This is how you would do if you were actually braiding hair, ironically, but this is an important step because it's gonna make everything else easier and it look much more realistic and just generally better style. It's almost a little too good. And there you go. Beautiful parts. Now we're gonna go back to the face editor, to the picture, but we're gonna make a new layer and we're just gonna decide where the hairline is. This is a good rule of thumb. The second line, this is usually a little too far, and since we can see the scalp, we don't want it to be. So we're gonna bring some of these up. Actually, the ones on the side, it's better if they're like this. We should use a mirror tool for this. So something like this. And this is a little better and a little faster to do if you have a tablet, an inking tablet. And so whatever hair color you want to do, if you want to make pink, I don't know, let's make it pink this time. I'm gonna go in and using this, put this over and start doing some details. So what this looks like is, there's some layers. Okay, I'm gonna draw in the hair bits, little by little. This is better on 3. Just like this, just some small details. You don't need to do this. I like to do this. I think that it helps give the hair a bit more dimension that it wouldn't have otherwise. I think it's like a gray color. Yeah, I think I like that better. That purple better. And you can do this with like black hair or whatever, but I'm just gonna make it a little fun and make it purple hair. Because why not? Not necessarily good, but if you draw some out of place, that gives it a better look. The kind of a look of imperfection. now we're gonna start adding the hair. We have our base ready, and so you see this looks good. Never done this purple, but we're going to start adding the hair, and so I readied one of the meshes. Right, you can set it up. This one is gonna go in the front. So the way I do this is usually from the bottom up. You could do it from the top and then just add, but this is easier to space them out one by one and to give it a more natural look overall. Decrease the width and the thickness. Leave the twist and the twist interval the same and the smoothness, but just decrease this to about 22, 23. And then going from this base part, you can start braiding in a normal braid texture. I think it's sometimes good to have like a start, just one across, but you don't always need to do that. And it can be, however long you want it. I think this one looks nice if it's a little longer. And then you can just end with 2 little tufts. And there you go, it's the first hair. Done like if it was a box braid, these two. This is the same technique I use. The other ones will be, they have to start coming from the scalp, so they'll be a little different. This is like weird to do because we're doing them upside down. Even here, there are like some errors, but not a big deal. These are things you could edit and post, so. For the final stretches, people. Finally! This is all for something. But it all had a reason. So now all that's left to do is to make all the singular hairs. You don't need to actually make the same amount as these braids. add the braids here. This is overall, this is the principle of how this is done. Right, and then you can make as many braids. I want to follow along to have as many braids as I do rows, just because it makes more sense. And so the idea is that they're just all gonna be on one side. You can also make a bun here if you want, or you can make like a ponytail from one side, or you could leave it loose. Very, very versatile. And it could also be like a nice positive if you want to have some, do different things with your model. This could be something you do. So if you want to have like slight changes once in a while. Okay, and we're gonna leave it here because I'm hungry. So you can continue to add some more braids as you see fit. Like one could fit right here, but it's gonna take a while. So, and there you have. This is like the general hairstyle. And you can have made. I could have made a bun here, and maybe I'll do that in another video. I'll just remove some of the top layer braids and do that. And this is pretty versatile, honestly. Look at some bones, so we can animate it a bit. So to do that, I'm actually going to select a group. And then we're gonna click create bone group. It should be the fixed point should be close to the scalp. Floor, is it okay bone now? This is where I would say the software doesn't like doing this. In this case, I'm gonna put the bone group like the fixed point. I'm gonna make it like a rectangle. Because it starts freezing when there are so many bone groups and there's so many hairs. That might just, yeah. But don't be deterred. It's possible. This is a little away from it, so I'm not gonna fix the point right here just because I know it's gonna make this stand up. So we can leave this like over here. And now we're gonna add some texture to the hair there. So this is the overall purple that we want. I'm just gonna go here and make this with bigger and color everything. Actually, should do it in a separate layer. Okay. And we're gonna pick a slightly darker purple, and we're just gonna go up here and do the bottom, and then we do the lid. And we're gonna make this base color white and the black. If you know those better with this stuff, and we're gonna pick another darker color, and we're just gonna put this middle part. This is how I have mine, so it looks very highlighted. You could leave it a little duller, and then do this. I think this looks good. You can go in and like draw little fine hairs. Small pattern. Thing is with the patterns is you can't really see them with on the braids. Here you go. Now we're gonna go back to the body editor and we're gonna make this dark. Just because I don't want to add more braids, so we're just gonna make this darker. So that's in the hair color. It's not necessary, but this helps because especially if you're not good making like a good hairline, which I wasn't. So I thought I'd be able to fix the braids there, but it might have been better to just have another one coming out here. Or you know, better yet, a bun. We'll try next time. We can correct this for next time. There you go. Wow, baby hair is really big difference. And alright, she's done. Complete. Videos. They said it couldn't be done. So now you can just say that. I say this. I don't know. Name her. So you could edit the eyes, you know, like sure. Discretion. But yeah, thank you for joining me.